Welcome to Mug to Mug with Erin. I'm Erin. This is my mug. This is my other mug. And I'm glad your mug is here today too. Today's mug of the week is my sweet friend mug. And it's perfect in its proportion. Like I have to have a certain amount of like finger room or room with the handle. So anyway, this is a perfect proportion. I need to figure out what that is. I go in stores and just hold mugs like this, and it's just got to feel right. Do you do that, or is it just me? I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. Today's episode is called Milestones and Moments, Encouragement for a Mama's Heart. Have y'all ever noticed the signs at gas stations? At least the gas stations in the South where I live, there are signs, and there's the one that's no shirt, no shoes, no service. That's been around since the 80s, I think. And I've always found that one interesting because I have never thought, I need to go to the gas station, let me take off my shoes. That has never crossed my mind. But there's a sign at the gas station here across the road from me that says, no spitting on the sidewalk. And once again, I've never wanted to, but apparently there are people that are spitting on the sidewalk for there to be a sign. The thing that these signs have in common is their behavioral expectations. They convey how we're supposed to act in public or in the gas station. And since it's in a lot of gas stations, I'm thinking this is a common problem. I'm not really sure why. My favorite sign is usually right beside the cash register. And it says, need a penny, take a penny, have a penny, leave a penny. And I love this sign because it is so convenient when your total is just a couple of cents over and you don't have cash and you just need like 2 cents and you don't want to give them another $1 so that you have to carry around 98 cents and change. So it's so nice when the cashier goes, here, I'll just grab a couple of pennies. So it's also fun to leave pennies for other people because you know they'll feel that same sense of relief. So it's a sign that encourages us to be kind, and I love that. So what does that have to do with milestones and moments and encouraging a mother's heart? I will tell you. We get so wrapped up in our kids' milestones, or I know I do. I get so wrapped up in planning what we're going to do, what we're going to eat, and planning. I want the experience to be memorable for them, that I often forget to be kind. Not kind to my kids, but I forget to be kind to myself. Because the moment they walk into school for that first day, or the moment they're off for the milestone that's going to happen, I don't know what to do because I've forgotten to plan for myself. I've forgotten to plan a moment. I often sit there and go, what am I supposed to feel at this time? Am I supposed to feel happy, sad, excited, nervous? Am I supposed to go clean house now or just sit on the couch in a daze, which I have done both after milestones and moments. So we often forget to plan that next step. So I am here today to encourage you to plan your moment. If you're a planner, I also have encouragement for you people that are not planners. So if you are a planner, plan your moment. Go ahead and while you're planning all the things surrounding the milestone, go ahead and say, now what am I going to do next? What's my next step? It could be coffee with a friend. It could be sitting quietly because you want to, not because you're wondering what to do. Plan your moment, whether it's something small or big. It's up to you. It's what do you need? What will you need at that moment? I did this when my kids went to kindergarten. I had friends that had kids that they were all our kids were all around the same age. And so I noticed that when my friends who had kids a little bit older than mine, I noticed that the first day of school is a big deal, especially kindergarten. If they've been home with you, and kindergarten's a big deal, regardless. So I started having coffee, cake, and Kleenex at my house, where I would just, scoot the toys to the, in one area of the living room where we could sit down and I had Kleenex around, and I fixed coffee and some kind of coffee cake or muffins. And it was a come and go or a come and stay, whatever my friends needed. It was a place where they could come after they dropped the kids off at school, which was near my house, and they could come and just be for a few minutes and kind of gather themselves, talk if they needed to, grab a muffin, and go with the rest of their day. It was just a fun time. And I invited people who had kids older than mine and kids younger than mine, because I love that about community, where there's always someone ahead of you that can reach back and say, I've been there, you're gonna survive, here's what helps me. And there's always people behind you that you can reach back and encourage. That is the beauty of community. So we had coffee, Kleenex, and cake at my house for a few years the first day of school, until we didn't need it anymore because our kids were all, that milestone was passed and we were okay sending them to school. Although I feel like the first day of school of any year is a milestone that I like to take a small moment for. But I'll get to that in a minute. Now, those of you that do not plan or think that you don't need a moment, let me just give you a few ideas. You can call a friend. You can write down what you're feeling, because you're going to be feeling something once this milestone gets going. Or you can just raise your coffee cup and go, wow, this is a big deal. And that may be all you need, but take a moment if you need a moment. I learned the importance of this one year when I took the kids to school. It was the first day of school, but it wasn't like a milestone year. They were like in 2nd, 3rd, and 5th grade. And I expected to come home and talk with my husband over a cup of coffee and just have a conversation like, okay, here we are, the first day of a new year, or my favorite grade was 2nd grade. I hope, Ellen enjoys her 2nd grade year as much as I did, and things like that. But I had not communicated that to Stephen. So he met me at the door saying, I got to go to work. It's time for work. And I was like, but I wanted to sit and have a moment. And he was like, I'm going to work. See you later. So there may have been some intense conversation, a few fireworks. But after he left, I called a friend who would have a moment with me. And I realized this is important to me. This past summer, I had a moment when my oldest packed up his car and left to go work at camp for the summer. And he drove off. I watched him drive off, and the moment washed over me. And I knew it would be a week and a half before I saw him. And I knew the summer was going to be a little different. Like I would see him once a week when he came home for a few hours to wash clothes, get some rest, get ready for the next week at camp. So it just kind of washed over me that this is going to be so different. And I wasn't sad because I knew it was going to be a good summer. He was going to be around people that would encourage him, and he would be put in situations where he could grow. They wouldn't necessarily be all fun, but he could grow and be stretched. I just knew the Lord had many things planned for him this summer, but I still had this feeling that I didn't know what to do with. And so I said, Aaron, we raised them to leave. And that phrase helped me. That phrase helped me in that moment. That's all the moment I needed. I just needed to be reminded that we raised them to leave. And he's at the very beginning of his senior year. And I know I'll be saying that a lot over the next 9 months before I watch him drive off to college. We raised them to leave. So that helped me in my moment. So my encouragement to you today is, if you need a moment, take a moment. Celebrate this milestone with your child. But at the same time, acknowledge the weight it has and the effect it has on mama's heart. You can do both. They're equal. Celebrate with your child, send them off, and then take a moment. And you might need a moment to, to reflect. You might need a moment to grieve. You might need a moment to anticipate what's coming with this milestone. And your moment may involve a little bit of all three, and that's okay. So today, if you need a moment, take a moment. I would love to know your ideas for taking a moment. Leave them in the comment below because someone may see this today and need ideas for a moment. Thanks for coming to Mug with Erin. I'll see you next time.